Ever since the Shadow Reef, better known as Elite Dungeon 3, was released, people have been farming the crap out of it for experience, charms, and dungeoneering XP. And in a week's time, this place is getting nuked to a shadow of its former self. Let's talk about why you should be doing this method right now, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Elite Dungeon 3 released back in 2019 and has been a hot topic in the community ever since its release. The dungeon has been updated multiple times and has been involved in game-breaking bugs, but what it's best known for by far is the absurd amount of common experience you can gain inside. While getting that common experience, you could get good charms, decent dungeoneering XP, and tokens depending on which mini-bosses you do, and a bunch of money. Jagex did eventually nerf the amount of alcohols you could get here and even reduce the amount of dungeoneering experience in June last year. The combat experience, however, remained untouched. Well, until now. On August the 7th, Jagex is completely reworking the entire combat XP system, causing nerfs as high as 65% to every high-level combat method imaginable. For every 20 points of damage you deal to normal monsters, you will gain 1 XP. With a bigger number, let's say 10,000 damage, you'll gain 500 pure, ranged, melee, magic, or necro XP. This is going to affect places like Elite Dungeon 3, and maybe Jagex is going to nerf Elite Dungeon 3 mobs extra hard. You will no longer be able to gain insane XP rates such as this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't a realistic XP rate. Or, well, it kind of is, but not really. I'm doing this on a double XP event, and I'm using a Scrims of Sacrifice, and there's 3 high-level players going complete tryhard here. Cut away the XP bonuses, and I would only be gaining a mere 6 million XP per hour, which is still absurd. I will say though that if you're a normal group of players and you're actually leveling, you can expect probably anywhere from 1 to 3.5 million experience per hour here on a normal weekend. That's still very fast. If you're doing it alone, you're going to get less experience because for whatever reason, these mobs scale very nicely if you're doing it with 3 players, as long as everyone at least gets some damage on every mob. I don't know why that is, but that's completely broken anyway. It just is the way it is. Now, the reason I'm making this video is very simple. You have about 7 days to get the most out of this method before it's nerfed. It might be nerfed by 50%, it might be nerfed less or more, but it's going to be significantly less overpowered. So the time to get your 99s, 120s, and even 200 mils if you want 5.6 is this double XP event. If you don't care about drops, you should also be using a Scrims of Sacrifice. What this item does is it gives you 50% more combat experience at the cost of your drops. You don't make any money at ED3 anyway nowadays, so it doesn't matter. Look at me getting 49 XP from killing a goblin here. That's on double XP. If I turn on my Scrims of Sacrifice, I'm suddenly getting 50% more. So 100 XP would be 200 XP on double XP, or 250 XP when using a Scrims of Sacrifice. Use this information to your advantage while you still can. I'll leave a link to my old guide to this method in the description below if you're unfamiliar with how to do trash runs. To find a team, join the ED Team's French chat and ask inside. You can also try to find a group in World 2 as there seem to be plenty of players at the entrance. Another method that might be slashed on Necro's release is the amount of XP you can get from combat dummies. You can get some crazy XP rates placing 3 of these at once and using the Adrenaline Crystal and cooldown reset alter in the PVM hub to your advantage. That is if you have the unlocks. A clanmate of mine called Mike showed me this method and was gaining over 3.5 million XP per hour without any buffs, tryharding with all the boosts. With boosts, I mean crit boosts. Now, I tried the method with mechanized chinchompas and a lot less buffs, and I was still getting over 2.5 million XP per hour. Without double XP, that is. This video is simply a reminder to those of you who still have combat goals left to complete, so good luck and get those gains. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.